For me, this is the best part in the process of creating a brand. You have the briefing with everything the project and your customer needs. You have done some research, so you know the target audience and the competitors, and it's time to define the brand. The decisions you make now will guide you through the design process. So first, you need to come up with lots of ideas. For this, you can make focus groups, brainstorming, use post-its, whatever you want. I prefer using mind maps. So in this case, you put the name of the brand in the middle. If you don't have it yet, just put brand, and later on, when you make the naming, you put it here and see if it makes sense. And you start writing down all the words that has some relation. For example, Kairos is a god from Greece, so it has relation with the Greek culture, which was an historic civilization who were very visionaries because they were so ahead of their times. So they were modern and timeless. That's something that we will see in the logo when we design it. They are also very related to knowledge, which is something very important in this project because it's about teaching stuff. So progress, knowledge, science, wisdom, philosophy, all that is very related to Greece. In fact, they were the creators of philosophy. Kairos is also related to the right moment because Kairos is the god of the right moment, of the opportunity, the time, and most of all, action. So Kairos is related to action. But Kairos is a project also related to learning with real projects, practical, real experience, seeing results, to develop your skills in modular micro credentials so the learning is fast and you can experience progress every day because the lessons I'm creating like this one are very short, very specific, so you can apply everything you learn right away. And this learning creates a transformation, developing yourself for a better future because you are developing maybe your financial skills, digital, health, social, entrepreneurship, everything, because it's about all the knowledge, the love for knowledge. And all these words that I put here, you will see that they will define the brand that we will create. Not only visual, but also the tone, the voice, our mission, vision, everything. Because if you see right here in the logo is lowercase. Why it's well, it's first of all, it's serif font. Okay, so you can see here, serif font is when they have these ornaments right here. Okay, so this is sans serif, is more minimal and more linear, and serif fonts are more related to tradition, all cultures. It's like more ancient font. Okay, that's why I decided to use a serif font, because it's related to the Greece culture and the history. Okay, but it's lowercase because I wanted to have a relationship with the human part of ourselves, because we are not a huge corporation. We are like a project from people made to people, because we have a very, very important community part in which we share together to universalize knowledge. And because when we create a community, the impact is exponential, because maybe I can help one or two people, but those two people can help another two, and those four another two. So the growth is exponential. And that community part is reflected in the lowercase, that human and community part. Also is italic. It's not a regular font. As you can see, this right here is italic because the font is diagonal right here. Okay, so this is italic. This is not italic. This is a regular font. And as you can see, an italic font has more movement. It's more dynamic. It implies action, movement. Okay, so that's related to this part right here of the right moment, because we have that action right there. And it's also bold, because we have the bold is also about that transformation, that community, that human part, and also the modern and timeless brand, because we don't want to have some brand that we will need to redesign in the future. Great brands don't need a rebranding. as Apple. The Apple logo has always been the same. Good logos looks always the same. So those are some of the things, there are many more, that define it, the visual part. But not only the visual part, but also the mission, vision, and slogans and values and everything related to our company. Because again, the brand is not just the logo, is how the personality of your company, of your project. So the next step after doing this mind map and before designing is to define your mission, vision, and you can define maybe values, the tone of the brand. There are many resources you can define, but the most important are mission and vision. And you want to create a small sentence that describes what you want to achieve. In this case, we want to universalize knowledge to empower self-taught individuals and improve their lives. Okay, so our mission, what we want to achieve, the mission has to be something that keeps you motivated and that you really can't achieve, because it's something so big that will keep you motivated always, no matter when. Okay, so our mission is to empower self-taught individuals by offering practical and free courses. This all comes from here. Okay, so we have right here real projects, practical, everything is here. Okay, so again here by offering practical and free courses based on real projects, fostering continuous learning and daily growth. Okay, so all that is related here: transformation, self-development, learning, practical. We have also the speed, fast. Okay, so you can learn and apply those things very fast. Okay, so we have free courses, that's the first mission. Universalize knowledge through an open and accessible platform where learning and developing skills is a practical and meaningful experience. That is going to be kairosplan.com, the website we are designing. Okay, so it's in the process right now. Maybe when you're seeing this, the website is already available, where we will have all the courses, lesson by lesson, and the community, everything that I want to build will be there. Okay, and then to create a community passionate about knowledge that transforms small daily learnings into a significant social impact, seizing the opportune moment to take action. Okay, so we have free courses, the platform kairosplan.com, and community, which will be the next step. And you have many things: the social impact, the opportune moment, it's related to Kairos, to action, to the moment is now. Okay, so all those things come from here. Okay, and will be reflected later on in the design, in all the decisions that we made and why we made it this way. Okay, so that's the mission. The vision is like more concrete. What do you want to achieve? How would you know when you've completed that mission? When you are in the how would you know if you are improving and going towards that mission? Well, because we want to create the largest community of passionate autodidacts who, through practical and continuous learning, drive future innovations and improve quality of life in society. We also want to transform the access to education by making knowledge a universal and free tool that allows each person to reach their maximum potential, and foster a society where learning is accessible to all, inspiring people to take action now and contribute for a better world through innovation and personal development. And as this is a new brand, I'm just starting this project, we don't have the values and all that stuff, because I just wanted to define what our mission and vision was. And the how we are going to apply that, I will see, because I'm going to start taking action. That's our mission, taking action, and then I will see how the path and how the life drives me through. Okay, so we have some slogans that help me define the concept. Kairos, your time to grow is now. Learn today, impact tomorrow with Kairos. Practical knowledge for self-taught minds. Free education for a better future. Turn your passion into action. Very important. Knowledge within everyone reads, and some descriptions about the project. Kairos is an open platform, open about community. I'm even thinking about making open source the design, the website, the project itself. If I haven't done it yet, it's because I haven't done it ever. It's something I don't know how to do, so I need to investigate a little bit. Well, it's an open platform that offers practical and free course based on real projects, designed for autodidacts seeking to grow and develop every day. Okay, so that's the same I've been talking about. So right now it's your turn to make this. Create a mind map. This is called Miro, but you can use Miro, Figma, you can use a paper, which is the best solution. I did it here so I can show you. And start writing whatever comes to your mind. There are no wrong answers, okay? So write everything you can think of. You start creating concepts, and around those concepts create even more words and more concepts. So you have lots of things that define your brand in an abstract way, and then you have to get all those concepts and translate them to a mission, vision, and some slogans, the tone of your brand, maybe the voice, the values, whatever you want, but at least a mission. You need a sentence that keeps you motivated and that you know that is the goal of the brand. Okay, in this case, universalize knowledge to empower self-taught individuals and improve their lives. If it's a company you are working for to design the brand, ask them if they have a mission, vision, and values, because probably they have it. So if they have it, you can use that to create a mind map and then have the concepts that will help you later on when designing the logo. But now let's go to the next step.